Hello, how are you? YouTube Live number 11. Nice to be here tonight. I hope you all had a wonderful day. Um, Boy, some crazy stuff happened today. I'll get into that in a minute, but first, let's go through it every week. We're going to start with the Web Wilder Credo. Hey, it's go time. You're right, David. How are you? Hey, David and Kim, hopefully you're there. Let's raise a glass. Nice to have you guys here. I'm gonna have some fun this week. Hopefully you guys will laugh, and Kim, you'll keep it down. You guys, I think it goes without saying, Kim's got some wine. Hopefully, David, you've got some booze. Anyway, let's start with the Web Wilder Credo. I do it every week. I love Web. Kim's here. Yeah. Does she have wine? Do you have something to drink? The more you drink, the funnier I am. The Web Wilder Credo. Work hard, rock hard, eat hard, sleep hard, grow big. Wear glasses if you need them. Yes, of course she has wine. And she puts up with your ass. I believe it. Anyway, do it again. Web Wilder Credo. Work hard, rock hard, eat hard, sleep hard, grow big. Wear glasses if you need them. The numbers this week. This morning I got up with over 6,403 subscribers. I can't thank all 6,403 you crazy bastards that somehow think I'm funny. Over 2,500 videos are up, and the number's 2,570,000 something. And I don't know. A lot of people maybe look at the numbers. AD's here. My gosh, I haven't seen you for a while. Hi, buddy. But it dawned on me, I guess it was last week, that's like 30,000 views a week. That's a good number. Who knows? This thing just might work out. Anyway, I want to touch on two stories I did this week. I don't know if anybody watched. I started with a Blue Oyster Cult story that David liked. But then I did a story the next day about parents in California. They passed a law that parents will be able to sue social media like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. And I guess with what happened recently, maybe but sue $25,000. Parents can sue, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, whatever. And, to me, it's like, wait a second, whatever happened to being a parent? Whatever happened? When I was a kid, man, if you acted up, you got your ass whooped with a belt. All right. Next story I did, and this one, I must be crazy for doing this story, but I had to do it. Yesterday, I saw an article from the Washington Examiner about transgender folks. Can we, Johnny Depp? I'm gonna get to Johnny Depp in a minute because I know you and Kim are talking about that. I actually am going to talk about that a little bit. Metadata expert to verify that. You're an asshole, David. Hey, my buddy MC4 is here. I have the diarrhea. MC4. I thought I told you last week. Don't tell people shit like that. My God, what's wrong with you? My God, MC4 is here again. This is going to be crazy tonight. Anyway, the other story I did was 0.08. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I bet you didn't forget you had diarrhea. Anyway, I did this story, and again, I really questioned yesterday. I spoke to a friend of mine and said, should I really do this? It was about 0.08, and 0.08 is the number of the population that are transgender. And I guess the reason I did it is because, it's like the YouTube Lives. It gives me an opportunity. A lot of people just know me say, hey, you're a comedy man, quickies, shit like that. But there's a lot more to me than that. David, you know that. MC4, you'll figure it out. The AD, you already know it. I always say, is it funny? Is it funny? And I did try to make it funny, but yet it does bother me that, Dave Chappelle caught shit. Ricky Gervais put out a new special this week, and he caught shit, and 0.08%. that means 99.2% of the population is not transgender. So, if I lose a few subscribers, I personally don't think I have any transgender subscribers. If I do, oh, you know what's funny about that? I'm going to mention this real quick. Hang on. Last night, I premiered that transgender, the .08 story. Maybe at least one or two. Yeah, you're probably right. Anyway, before it even aired, I premiered at 8 o'clock. David taught me that, try and premiere it, that people will, maybe get excited about what I have to say. And at 7:55, someone went on there and wrote a book and had all these Bible verses and how God wants you to be a transgender. And I was like, oh my God. And I wrote, they wrote, this much, and you can go look at it from last night's. They wrote and 3 or 4 comments, and I said, holy hell, you haven't even watched the video yet. I got you all lathered up, and you haven't even watched the video yet. Let's move on. Today was pretty crazy. I do a Throwback Thursday photo. For you guys that don't know, I used to work in the music business, and I have a lot of different pictures, with different stars from the day. And this morning I thought I had a Michael Penn photo. And for those of you that don't know who Michael Penn is, it's Sean Penn's brother. He had an album on RCA, and we had a dinner in Philadelphia. And I thought, what the hell, I'll put it up. And what blew me away, and it's going to probably blow you away, I put it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. And on Twitter, I went over and I was like, holy shit. I had all these notifications, all this. Amy Mann, Patton Oswalt, 35 people, 40, whatever people were all liking. Patton Oswalt liked my picture. I was like, holy shit, Amy Mann liked my picture. Michael Penn replied to me twice. He wrote, and I have to laugh, met you through music. David, stay tuned. We got a lot going on. We're going to get, by the way, Kim and David, stay with me. We're going to get to, next thing up is Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. But what blew me away about this was, to me, it was just putting up a picture. And on YouTube or on Twitter, man, they were going ape shit. All these people were replying and sending. And Michael Penn, twice. He replied to me once while we were at Chili's, because I wrote, you look so happy. And if you see the pictures, they're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, they're on YouTube. He just looks like, and he wrote, we're at Chili's. He probably wasn't too happy. And later on this afternoon, I wrote, hey, I had nothing to do with where we had dinner. That was on Joe Ragoso. And he's a moron, But anyway, I just thought it was really funny. I've been kissing Patton Oswalt's ass and forever. And today, not because of me, but because it was a picture of Michael Penn. Let's move on to the Johnny Depp, Amber Heard thing. Now, Kim, I know you've been watching. Maybe he got diarrhea at Chili's. I don't know, David. Hey, MC4, where did you get that diarrhea? What did you eat? I'm calling Taco Bell. That's how you get gas for really cheap. You don't go to the gas station. You go to Taco Bell. Anyway, the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, I have not watched, honest to God, right here, I haven't watched 1 second of this thing. But last night I was flipping. I got off of my Wheel of Fortune in Jeopardy, and somehow my remote flipped over an Inside Edition, and there was Kate Moss talking. And she was talking about, I guess, that, Amber Heard or whatever tried to say he pushed her down the stairs. She said, no, I didn't. And she said, Amber Heard's handed back notes and this and that. And I just had to laugh. And Kim and David, I know, Kim, you've been watching this thing like crazy or really into it. I'm not into it at all because it's like, And I'm gonna do this, and I probably shouldn't. But the one thing that I really admire about Johnny Depp, and it's probably the only thing I admire about Johnny Depp, he can really chew gum. That boy can chew some gum now. But I had to laugh yesterday. The little bit I saw, boy, he was trying to. Milo's here. Oh my God, Milo, how are you? Man, you've been supporting me all week. I appreciate the hell of it. Anyway, yeah, Johnny Depp. What I saw last night, he was on there and she had text and stuff, and he's trying to he's trying to explain it away. And I shouldn't. Good, Milo. I'm glad you're here. I can't thank you enough. But and Kim, and I don't want to piss you guys off, but I'm not a Johnny Depp fan. I've never been. I can't name one movie. Honest to God, I can't name one movie that I ever liked that this guy did. I was like, I've just never been a fan of Johnny Depp. What the hell are you writing, MC4? Good Lord. Johnny can chew gum and push you down the stairs steps cautiously. Yeah, I don't really want to talk a lot about it because it's just I don't know enough about it. I just think the only thing I'll say about it, and Kim, your house just set on fire, didn't it? What I will say, and I mean this, Johnny Depp is probably going to lose just because he's so smug and he sits there and smiles and acts like he doesn't give a shit. But deep down, I mean, even you have to take, even if it's a percentage of what she's saying, and I believe some of it. You look at him in these commercials he does, he's always dark and brooding, and okay, I believe in my heart. Like we said, Kim, we talked about it. They're airing their dirty laundry, and it's great for all of us that are, I love a good train wreck. I'm going to do a joke here. A woman, she has a contractor in her house, and she goes into the first room, and she says, "Sir, I would like to have this room painted blue." And the contractor goes over to the window, and he opens the window, and he hollers, "Green up, green up." The woman's like, "What the hell?" So she just goes to the next room, and she says, "I would like this room painted brown." And he goes over to the window again. "Green up, green up." The lady's like, "What the hell?" She goes into the third room, and she says, "Sir, I'd like to have this room painted gray." Sure enough, he goes over to the window again, opens the window. "Green up, green up." Finally, it's too much for the woman to, she's like, "Sir, can I ask you a question? I don't mean, but why every time we go into a room and I give you a color, you go over to the window and holler green up?" He says, "I'm sorry, ma'am. I apologize, but I have a bunch of Polacks down there putting in your grass." Nancy Brophy. This is a good one. Kim, David. Oh, he just about push his ass out of the wall and like take a shit. MC4, you've got some obsession with turds and stuff, but yeah, I love you. Let's have a drink. I'm going to do this Nancy Brophy thing. If you didn't see this, and I've got a couple of them this week that, it's like the stories I did. But Nancy Brophy, she was married to a man named Dan Brophy, and Dan they're in Oregon, and he had a culinary school, and he was well loved there in Oregon for his, cooking and this and that. And in 2011, Nancy Brophy wrote some kind of article called "How to Kill Your Husband." And yesterday, Nancy Brophy was charged with killing her husband. I can't make that shit up. When I saw it today, I was like, this lady wrote a thing that said, how to kill your husband, and then she killed her husband. Are you kidding me? Lady, what, you got to be the worst criminal in the land. She writes a book and sets a good example. MC4, I think Kim may have co-wrote that one. Oh my God. There's a guy, he loses his right foot in an accident, but he gets a really good prosthetic. He gets a prosthetic that, it's amazing. So he finally meets a girl and he gets married. And that night on the honeymoon, he takes off his shoe and he shows her and takes off the prosthetic. And she flips out. Oh my God. So she calls her mother. She runs in the bathroom and grabs her phone and calls her mother. And she says, Mom, he's only got one foot. And her mother says, well, you should be happy. Your father only has 6 inches. Oh, what's wrong with me? I posted yesterday, small PDF. No, he had 1 foot. I posted yesterday, and I was going to skip it, but I just thought I would talk a little about it in case some of you saw it. Milo, I'm glad you laughed. And the reason I was going to skip it is because it's not going to, without you guys seeing it, or if you did see it, it's great. But if you didn't, you're like, what the hell? I posted a fashion show. Not that I know anything about fashion, but the irony was, I go over to Facebook and I'm in these groups, these comedy groups, and I saw this video and I was like, what the hell is that? And it's a fashion show they had at the New York Stock Exchange. Milo, I'll get to that. Let me finish about this fashion show. How do I come up with all these jokes? I work my ass off, Milo. But anyway, this fashion show, and I don't know anything, obviously, I don't know shit about fashion. I don't know anything about fashion. But I do know that when I see something, I'm like, what the hell is that? If you guys see it, get a chance. I post it on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Take a look at this fashion show. These people are all dressed up. They look like aliens. One is actually green. Wookie, this morning, my favorite quote, Winston Churchill. I can't. MC4. I'm gonna pretend that that's maybe some diarrhea you got going on. I don't know what the hell you're saying. Anyway, yeah, this fashion show. If you get a chance, take a look at it, and I wanted to do it. I didn't have time today. I'm got some new equipment. I'm trying a new Wi-Fi router. I'm hoping the picture and everything's good. But it amazes me. It's kind of like the umbrella last week, $1,300 umbrella you can't take out in the rain. My guess is those outfits are probably $1,000, $1,500, maybe more. I really wanted to look it up. I didn't have time. But if you see it, please go check out this fashion show. And then I'm going to try, maybe I'll post later on how much these outfits are. And I don't know that anyone would wear these things. Some parents go to visit their son, and the son says, you guys can stay in my bedroom. So the father's there, and he says, hey, what are these pills here in your... Oh, Dad, don't mess with those. Those are Viagra pills, and they're really expensive. They're like $10 a piece. So the next morning, the son comes up to the bedroom, and the father's there, and he's smiling, and there's $110 sitting on the nightstand. And the son says, Dad, what did you get into? You know what, Dad, I told you the pills are only $10 a piece. And the father says, yeah. He says, your mother threw in 100. Miller Lite charcoal. Your lighting looks good on the big screen. Thank you, David. Yeah, I'm working on it. David, for you guys that don't know, David is a real professional guy at this. I'm like a blind guy in an orgy trying to feel my way around. But I'm working on new equipment. I'm trying to get lighting, and it's so hard though. I mean, because I shoot in the living room, I shoot here in the kitchen, and but I'm working on it. Thank you, David. I think it's the new Wi-Fi adapter. Hopefully, it's going to stream real well. It's faster and this and that, but we don't want to get into all that. But Miller Lite charcoal, I saw that one this morning, and that's, to me, Miller Lite charcoal is like the $1,300 umbrella. Whoever, if you've had a cookout, if you've had a barbecue, has anyone ever said, boy, I wish this steak tasted more like Miller Lite? I wish this burger had more of a Miller Lite to it. Miller Lite? Who comes up with this shit? What makes them think? But here, it's like the umbrella and some of the other stuff, it's sold out. The charcoal is sold out. Miller Lite charcoal. Yeah, this week has good lighting. Thank you, MC4. It's good to see you. God, your diarrhea has cleared up. Yeah, Miller Lite charcoal. I'm like, golly, man. Where do they come up with this shit? I really don't. Like I said, it's like the stories I did this week. I'm still, I'm still trying to wrap my head around and being able to sue, parents sue, and the .08. The .08 I could go on large rant about, just because if you didn't see it last night when I was talking about the .08. Again, I've said this. I said it last night. I'll say it a million times. I don't give a shit if you're straight, if you're gay, if you're bi, if you're pansexual, asexual, whatever the hell, trans. I don't give a shit. Here in York, PA, they sleep with sheep. So, I mean, I really don't. But what bothers me about it, how can .08 have such an impact like on women's sports? We can't have our women's sports now is having a problem because these transgender men are in sports and breaking. Well, shit, they shouldn't be in there. I think some states are actually saying, men shouldn't be in women's sports. Because I didn't say it in a minute, but I really feel this way. You either have a schnutz or you don't have a schnutz. Plain and simple. Or you have a vajayjay or you don't have a vajayjay. That's as simple as it comes. A guy, he's missing an arm. And he's really depressed. No men and women's sports. Damn, bro, that's intense. There's a joke there about a fire at the circus. It was intense. I'm gonna have a drink. I'm gonna do this last joke, and we're gonna roll on here. There's a guy. He lost one of his arms. One of his arms was amputated, and he loved to play guitar, and he loved to do a lot of things. And he's really depressed that he only has one arm. So he just can't take it. And he decides he's going to jump off a bridge. And he's up on the bridge. And when he's up on the bridge, he sees this guy with no arms. And the guy with no arms is, jumping around and, kicking and jumping. And he thinks to himself, he says, here I am. I at least have one arm. And there's a guy with no arms. Hey, man, there you are. The guy has no arms, and he's jumping around and seems, so he gets down off the bridge and he runs down and he says to the guy, he says, he said, here I am, I was up there, I was contemplating, but I saw you have no arms and you're jumping around and you seem to be happy. The guy said, I'm not happy at all. I'm jumping around because my balls itch. Oh, there's something wrong with me. Yo, Mike Chill, I don't know how to say it. Now tell a funny joke. Okay, David. You're so mean, David. You're so mean. If I had feelings, David, they'd be hurt. A little girl. Oh, here's your funny joke, I hope, David. A little girl comes home from school and she says, Mommy, a little boy showed me his penis today. Mother, oh my goodness. And the little girl says, it reminded me of a peanut. And the mother says, was it small? And she said, no, it was salty. His balls on the grass shards. The best joke this week, it's at, oh my God. And David told me that Kim liked, David liked that. Oh, okay, that was good, huh? David said that Kim liked this one, so I'm going to do it for you guys because I was shocked that this joke is at like almost 5,000. Someone asked me, is there sex after death? I said, I think it depends on the funeral home or the mortician. Milo, you asked me where do I get all these jokes. Number one, wait, what? Believe it or not, I'm damn near 60 years old, so I've none. That one was great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I've obviously heard a ton of jokes in my life, and beyond the ton of jokes I've heard, I spend, a lot of people are making comments. All your jokes are hilarious. You know what? I wish someone commented this week about one, and I do them before I did this. Before I came in here to do this tonight, I was out in the porch. Your comedy minute quickie, blah blah blah. And I did some, and it's funny how I see them originally, and I think, oh, this is really good. When I watch it back, oh, this is terrible. I've deleted a couple this week, and the irony is, you go over to YouTube, and it's at 1,300, 1,400 views. I'm like, it just blows my mind. It really does. And it always seems like jokes that I'm ready to, shit can. I don't want this joke. It's terrible. And, somehow they do amazing. Really simple jokes, too, that, David and I've talked about this at length, that, some of the, what was the masturbate? Oh, I did this joke earlier. Did you hear about the guy that got caught masturbating behind the shrubs? He was beating around the bush. No, in answer to your question, bud, I spend, several hours each day between trying to find longer jokes for YouTube Live and, short jokes for the quickies. I spend a lot of time, probably more than I would like to admit, searching not just joke sites, but because of how simple and easy to understand they are. It's even better because you're just a dude in the porch. Oh, thank you, man. You know what? It's again, going back to the beginning of this, where 6,403 subscribers and 2.5 million views. David knows. David designed this shirt. David made the logo. This thing started a year and a half ago, and I had no idea, where it would go. And something like today, where a picture of Michael Penn that was taken, and that's Sean Penn's brother, if I didn't mention it. That's who Michael Penn is. He had an album on RCA. And, I went to the dinner and I laughed because you have to see the picture. You guys go over to Facebook or Twitter. And I think even YouTube, I posted it. Michael Penn doesn't look. He looks like he even. I think he commented on Twitter. Well, first he said it was Chili's, and then he said something instead of that's my something mad at the world face or something. Congrats on the 2.5 million. I appreciate it, Milo. I'm, in one sense, I'm happy as anything. In another sense, it's just not, it's not getting there quick enough. But I thank God for each day. I really do, and I thank God for all of you here tonight. I can't thank each and every one of you. We're coming up on a little over 30 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up. I do thank you. I hope you all had a good time. Please consider, as I ask every week, consider buying a coffee mug or a T-shirt. That would really help me out. That'll help me keep going. Again, I haven't made one penny yet. David knows, but I'm not going to talk about it. David wants me to get some foil and put the pennies that I've made so far off this thing. Yeah, that's about it. It's been a really good week. When I look at last week, it was 6,333, and this week we're at 6,403. That's like 70 new subscribers this week. And man, I'm grateful. I truly am from the bottom of my heart. I thank each and every one of you. Have a wonderful evening. Is there anything else? Money in the all 6 cents of it, David. All 6 cents that I made this week. Pennies on a dollar. Yeah, no, I'm like I said, though, I truly am. It's not, and don't get me wrong, I'm grateful. Oh, it's funny, a message just popped up, and this thing just keeps happening. Things keep happening, and I don't wait. The taxpayers coming, call in. Yeah, that's 6 cents. Yeah, it's weird how things just keep happening. Like today, where Pat and Oswald come on. Brandon Thiessen, love your jokes, man. They make my day better. Brandon, thank you for joining in. I'm just about ready to wrap it up. But a guy on Instagram, I posted yesterday, whatever. Oh, I know it was the Scorpions picture. David, you commented on that. The Scorpions. I met the Scorpions down in Baltimore. I had a great time. Well, we drank profusely. Man, the poor girl at Polygram, they ordered bottles of champagne and shit. It was insane. If you see the picture with the Scorpions, Klaus Meine has my tie and is pulling my tie in the picture. But anyway, he saw this picture and he said, "Do you have an Insta?" Yeah. If Milo, if you go to my YouTube page, I guess you know me on YouTube. There should be a link there for each one of them: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If not, send me a message and I'll be glad to give you the link. But yeah, but on Instagram, this guy said, "Hey, can you do an interview?" And I said, "Or will you be on my podcast?" Well, sure. No. Trying to keep this shit a secret. Don't let people know that I actually do comedy. But yeah, he asked me if I'd be on his podcast, and I said, sure. I don't know if you do I need a camera? No, I'll call you. So, we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, it's been a pretty crazy week. A lot of great stuff happening this week. I'm at 33. Milo, Brandon, David, Machu, I don't know how to pronounce that, but man, you've been so supportive. And MC4, I don't know what to say about it. I hope your diarrhea clears up. I maybe try and stay away from Taco Bell. Thank you all very much. I had a lot of fun, as I always do. I'm going to keep drinking, and you guys have a wonderful evening. I'm built different. MC4, there is something wrong with you. MC4, I think, did you take a foul tip as a youngster? Was there like pressure at birth? What happened to you? You're sharp as a bowling ball, for God's sakes. I love you though. You're my kind of guy. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. We're almost at 35 minutes. I thank you all so very much. Hopefully I'll see you again next week. And again, please consider grabbing a coffee mug, grabbing a T-shirt, squeezed out by a truck running over my mommy. You know, MC4, and you're running long, but my mother used to say, a bird shipped me out and the sun hatched me. David, thank you, and Kim. I hope you laughed. Have a good one. I thank you all so very much. Everyone who was here tonight. Hopefully, I'll see you next Thursday. And please, please have a great evening. I'll talk to you all real soon.